Mirage in a best of one. FURIA out for revenge as well, where the stakes feel that much higher. They are going to be giving it everything they've got. So a real test for Taco and his boys.
Yeah, and we didn't get Mirage in that matchup just the other day, so just yesterday. So it's a big question mark where this one's going, but I'm excited to see FURIA CT side. We know what they can be like on this map. Very oppressive. Serato trying to do so, but they're kind of bound out of the apartments. The Palace flood the A site. CT smoke. You're probably going to want to push this as well with flashes from Taco. You've got a default plant, so you know, triple plant for CT. So GODSENT want to take some room and have space in this post. Yuri going to move in. There's the flash drop off the angle. Yuri somehow recovers. How does the Glock not get him there? Phelps has to bound out. Lato does kill the flank, and now it's all up to CT.
Yuri moving in, leading from the front, and has the rest of the boys taking shape behind him. Oh, there's Phelps with a response. Vinny chimes in with one of his own. Phelps, this is not an easy spot to be in, and Vinny will delete him. It's all on to Dumao, 1-on-3, and Serato taps him out. FURIA, they just about get that round back under wraps. And, you know, I mean, obviously, there's a lot to be taken into account with FURIA, right? We all know drop story coming from FURIA Academy, being someone to plug this hole in the team that's present right now. Really, you know, been a hole in the squad ever since Henny's departure. It feels like, you know, they were never able to find that fifth man drop. You know, I think they even said publicly that he's not like going to be around forever, or at least they weren't anticipating that. You know, maybe that's prone to change if he impresses. And I tell you what, you know, when he was in the FURIA Academy, he did look good. And in terms of having a plug-and-play player who's going to be familiar with your style, he fits the bill.
Oh, GODSENT just dodged death there. But yeah, I agree. We saw a lot of drop in the We Play Academy League, and we got to... I think him and Decency were the two best players in that team for sure, and we already know how much talent there is in Brazil and how many upcoming teams and players there are. And so, yeah, there were a lot of options to choose from. But I like that FURIA have gone, you know, inside of the organization, scouting out new talents for the future. And right now, we've got one of them in the main roster right now. Phelps moving up, connector. It's Yuri on the cross. Art again has taken Palace, but he's going to crawl into death. And Phelps with a lights-out headshot. Talk of Brazilian talent, and you can't forget the name. 4-on-2. GODSENT. Oh, dear, they're getting whittled apart. Drop, though, suddenly alone. And without the rifle to stop the plant at this range, only an MP9, he's going to look to upgrade. However, not really set up for a round right now. Just going to save his weapon, save his dignity. Give GODSENT there first.
So give me a Connor Gervin-esque inventory review of drop and this skin that he's just picked up, Hugo.
Wow.
I don't know if you caught it.
I'm not a skin guy. I need to
Here we go.
All right, it's got a snake, Harry. The barrel's got some things on it. And it's wow, it's very pretty. That's my best attempt. I'm not a skin guy, you know me.
No,
I don't really care.
You don't even have an M4 skin.
No, I use the shattered glass actually.
It's leaded glass.
Leaded glass. See, I don't even know, man. Like I don't know. I
don't even use the skin, and I know the name.
Well, you know, I like
in the game.
Yeah, I like when Flusher has the default knife out. That just makes me feel good inside. Who doesn't like it?
No, a default knife's ugly, and people just have a weird connection to it. If you have too much money and you've got loads of skins, you start to go, oh, well, actually, I always like the way the default knife looks. It's like,
well, through karambits, butterflies, talons, their
tell that to
inspect animation.
Yeah, infinite inspect animation.
Don't forget that.
You know, you tell that to anyone else, and they would physically murder you for your inventory if they could. It's
a nice skin. We'll give him that. But, oh, I love this photo from Taco. Now this, yeah, he's putting some sauce, some pepperoni. I know that's not sauce, but just something, I don't know. It looks cool, man.
Yeah, it's pepperoni.
Yeah, everyone's just standing there straight face. Taco's like, yeah.
Yeah, dude, Taco had enough of the whole, they went in and they said, Taco, can you cross your arms for me real quick?
No.
And he went, no, I won't do it.
Put him in the sky.
I've done hundreds of these photos. I'm not doing it anymore.
Not his first media day, will not be his last either. All right, we got some spicy mayo in the server. Art, though. Oh, watch out. Dumao's tagged him. He's going to have to back up as they hunt him down. Even Art knew that there was a fight about to be found, but Lato wins it. Some of these young guns for GODSENT are not to be forgotten about either. They're going to set up for this mid-to-B play. Up cat they go. Drop up in the apartments. Quite a trial by fire.
Yeah, not going to be easy for Drop here. They discount him for now, but as you clear the site and you start to go, well, there's no one here. So either oh, that's a shame. Taco locks it in. And that should just be the save call out of FURIA. You've got no business even giving this one a look in, as sad as that is to say. I think if you want to look at players who have to step up here, who are going to have to really bring their A game on the FURIA side of things, look no further than KScirato, man. This guy is feeling like he's really hitting his stride and is in the prime of, you know, his individual career, at least. His numbers lately have been incredible, man. And that's why it feels like it's a bit of a shame, you know, like this FURIA squad have looked like a bit of a shell of their former selves ever since that Henny departure. And, you know, I know that was a long time ago now, but let's be real, you know, like whenever they've bought replacements in, be it Honda or Junior, the results just really weren't there.
Yeah, nice flawless 5 alive round as well. It's only going to push you further if you're GODSENT. Keep that money up, means FURIA can't reset you with a quick force by victory of their own. Should be where GODSENT start to build into this T side. And yeah, this team is super threatening. We talk about, you know, domestic matchups, right? Brazilian derbies, and it often is the underdog. Not often, but a lot of the time actually, I'd say it's pretty good for the underdog. But I think the question here right now we have in this tournament, Harry, is who is the underdog in terms of Brazilian teams? Because for FURIA's form been shaky as of late. New player, GODSENT have been on the grind. They've been rising through the ranks.
Hey, I'm being real.
It's not solid anymore.
I'm looking at GODSENT and I'm looking at Pain Gaming. I think those are going to be the two very surprising teams.
You on the safe grind?
Yeah, Safe, mate. I adore Safe as a player, but we can get to that when we get to that. Barton, dead down in lower. Yuri trades that out. Then he tagged up in the window, but he at least gets the info that mid's being taken by GODSENT. Phelps moving in. He's been a real cornerstone of these rounds that GODSENT have to their name right now. It was him getting that double in the little force buy that made it all happen, but this time he's been spotted, and KScirato will lock that kill in. Yuri has even continued on this aggression, and so he arrives and he shoots Taco in the back. It's all on Dumao. And in a 1-on-4 up against this force buy back in from FURIA, chances pretty stacked against him.
Oh, this was not even a full force for FURIA. They were saving money, man.
Saved guns, right?
They were playing for the next rifle round. They were planning for failure, hoping for success, and that's exactly what they get. I like the no respect, aggressive round out of them. Couple of guns put to use, and GODSENT right back to the drawing board themselves. This is going to be a really entertaining game, right? Like, you know, it's been cool watching Brazil sort of take over NA in that sense, right? Out of the 12 teams we have in this tournament over in NA, 5 of them are Brazilian. We have an Australian team in there as well. We have a lot of mixed rosters, you know, South African teams and players, and so yeah, it's really cool seeing Brazil v Brazil. Yuri moving up middle. It's almost a double. Phelps will get the trade-off, though, and Art missed a shot. Going to have to concede middle. Same story for Vinny, mollied off. He's going to smoke connector for FURIA. Bomb's going B-apps, though, but you don't have this cat split. Phelps is just here to cut off rotates right now, and well-placed utility could end his round. You can still see FURIA want to fight for middle. Drop. Not an easy roll to be put in. B-apps anchor going to drop off safely for now. Phelps spotted, and now they might focus on getting him out of position. Even KScirato's nade could be this kill. Phelps will luckily avoid death, and now drop. He needs to do something, anything, from the back of B. Yeah,
pretty tall order, especially with Vinny knocked out right away. There's Lato dealing with the double holdover in B, and that's another save here out of FURIA. Oh, KScirato, well, he does get that one kill. Man, look at the HPs. Like, that could have enticed you to give it a go.
And you know they want to, but at this point, they're just so out of position. Like, even Art, ooh, that's a risky play. Were they going for it after all? I mean, stuck in 2 minds, perhaps, if they get the second kill suddenly.
Oh, no.
But Phelps is going to cut down the rotate and the save. And that's the issue of like, you know, not committing to one call or the other, right? Not committing to the save or the go-ahead, because as soon as you dig the hole deeper, well, GODSENT are already spread thinner. They're already hunting you down.
Yeah, it's awkward. It looked like the object of that was to go for it from the get-go in the 2-on-3. And I know K-Serato leaves short, and that's what gets you doubting. But he goes down to go and get the kit from middle while Art lands the short jump. And I think at that point, Art's just feeling the pressure of, like, I need a kill if we are going to win this in a 2-on-3. There's like 25 seconds left. I need one at least. And that peak ends up, almost costing you the AWP. Admittedly, you still get it out of the round because of... actually, no, wait, no, you didn't, of course. Phelps goes and hunts him down. But they've brought it up again here. They've gone for that hero AWP. It's just because it kind of surprises me. And then I remember who we're watching. Like, FURIA do this a hell of a lot. They go for the hero AWP buys.
And they work.
Oh, yeah, he's just going to get out of middle. Art going back in, and Phelps bests him in that head-to-head.
I like that. Phelps sprayed with the AK, and then he grabbed the AWP for Art to re-peek, right? Like, he knew Art was still going to be hanging around. You know what to expect with Art there. Drops looking for the gun, and he's been immediately gooshed in through the wall. Phelps going to try and hunt him, finish the job that he started earlier, and it's easy done. AWP now unretrievable for FURIA. As long as Phelps stays in this position, it's worthwhile. Just to make sure FURIA get nothing out of this round. GODSENT won to finally break that money. It's been a bit of a back and forth, a tug of war, a tussle, but GODSENT winning it out, so it seems. Smoke fade.
Yeah, Yuri's the only guy who could make this round weird, but even then, at 10 points of health, man, like you could get away with one. I don't see you getting away with more than that. K-Serato is coming back, and oh, they're going B. Of course, it's always the way. It looked like for a moment, you might have kind of stacked your chips on the right side, and at the last second on that roulette wheel, it goes from all in on black just like you did to suddenly, oh no, it's landed on the green, hasn't it?
It's like a case opening, man. You fly by the red, and you're like, imagine if, really,
well,
you're never going to get the red.
I always have a theory with cases,
You're always going to get the blue. Yeah, what's your theory?
My theory is, and hear me out here, because this sounds like just straight hopium,
I'm sure
it definitely is.
I'm sure it is.
If you see a red and you go past it, then a knife is coming.
That's such a bad take, I think. You're the problem for gambling. You're the reason kids are about to go and waste their money right now. It's all your fault. You should feel ashamed. Don't bet where you can't afford to lose, I think, is always the safest way.
Do Valve get messages from, like, because like when players play a game and then, someone like loses all their money and then the players get some very totally reasonable and not unhinged messages.
Yeah.
Do Valve get emails like, I spent £200 on cases and I didn't get a knife? What's happening?
I mean, well, that's the thing. All you have to do is look at the odds, really. Like, you may as well go and put your money on a roulette wheel, because it's at least that's 50-50 at times, rather than, the 0.0000001% chance of you getting a knife. But who am I to say what to do with your money? Spend it how you want. Right now, FURIA don't have any money to spend. It's just full, flat oosps with that CZ. And GODSENT, it's a nice call to go for a slower default round, hold the map control, see if FURIA want to make a play. FURIA always got to play up their sleeve, not in a round like this where you're going to get churned up and spat out. And eventually GODSENT, they're going to have to make a move. But a mid to B will be very, very simple here with the right utility down, top con smoke available, windows done as well, and GODSENT just move up for the killing blow.
Yeah, I found following Taco's story in this team very, very interesting, right? This idea of him trying to become that leadership figure. Always been a cool idea to me. And I remember, I think it was back at Summit earlier in the year, where we spoke to him in interviews, and he said that, like, I'm still on good terms with Fallen. I talked to him about, what I should be doing, how I can try and, learn a little bit faster and whatnot to give ideas.
What? You Barton, man. He just cycled the AWP out of there, throws it down, and then 180s to go get his AK, and then one taps Art with the Glock. Dinked. Does not matter. Sorry, you're making a really good point there, Harry. But, wow.
It's fine, mate. You had to cover those, pistol kills. I get it.
Very important. High impact fragging. But even keeping it clean here is nice for GODSENT in the long run. As they say, you don't know what you had until you lost it. Suddenly you're sitting there with 10k and you're thinking you're invincible. Next thing you know, you're on the eco. Oh.
Yeah,
Phelps is looking crispy.
Something that I always think as well, I just spoke a bit about GODSENT, so I'll talk now, I guess, about FURIA. It's kind of how you do it. Like, you go like back and forth so it doesn't get too stale. With FURIA, I still think they're in an interesting spot with Drop being here. I know that in times gone by, we've had, guys like Coach Gary saying that FURIA are never really feeling like themselves when it's Art on the main AWP role, right? They prefer having him as that secondary AWP player who can don it, and does don it a lot, but isn't the guy having a go for a lot of, the AWP-esque early peaks. It's always weird, because Art is fully capable of doing that, but it does kind of change FURIA away from the style that we know them for, right? And I think he kind of gets away with a little less when he is using the AWP as the primary weapon for this team. So, my understanding, at least based on how it used to be, was FURIA still in the market for a strong, capable BR AWPer. Art's dropped lower in this round, and Yuri smoked off in the window means that they are creeping up the short side now. This is info that Vinny could grab. Oh my god, they're just committing into B. That's the bomb, right? It's already out in the site. The bomb is the first guy in, and Lato doesn't care at all, mate. He's like, yeah, I got the bomb, and I got the entry. Say what you will, but it's worked wonders for GODSENT here. FURIA were not ready for that. It wasn't telegraphed at all.
Yeah, Drop barely had his gun out in time. He was quick switching. He was thinking about grenades. You're not going to get given the room. And, oh, massive kill for Vinny. The smoke fade. He comes in on short, clears Barton. Two low players. Vinny trying to finish the job. 10 health on either. There's the cap flank whiffed. Oh, my goodness, Vinny. Pistol out now, and it might get the job done. These guys are so low. Grenade can come in. Phelps gets a kill, and the nade does finish the job. It's a 1v1, and Phelps swings out to the betterment of K-Serato. What was that turn on Cats? I don't know how FURIA ever win that round.
Dude, that is like a vintage Vinny power gaming gauntlet moment, man. Like that is
smooth on the mouse pad.
It's the, no friction, no burns. He's there
right into your DMs, man. Oh, that hurts for GODSENT. Dumao not going to be feeling pretty after that round either. Wow. I do love these X-ray shots, right? Like, very smooth. Not quite as smooth as the flick. That will get another CT round on the board. FURIA keep their money. For now, it's not just buy eco, buy eco. Oh, he's throwing himself right into the kitchen, but it's going to be a cook for Phelps. That's, yeah, botched it, but...
Yeah, there was something there.
Win some, you lose some.
We saw the pieces of the line. Just... nail the delivery.
Well, like here, we are in Sweden. Build it yourself.
Yeah, we'll give you the components to make the joke happen. With that opener found, once again, man, it's Phelps to do it. He's just doing it all right now for GODSENT. It leaves FURIA lacking and likely to try and push other avenues of the map, right? If you look at K-Serato, you can see he's getting activated over towards ramp. He's pushing up, just trying to get this information and have a little bit more, say as to what's happening over on A. Try to have that early read. GODSENT are going back to another one of these mid-to-Bs, mate. This has really been, the essence of this T side so far. Maybe trying to exploit Drop, but that's the bomb up in the apartments alone. And now Drop has got it. Everyone on GODSENT is looking into apps, trying to figure out how to get this bomb back. And that lets Vinny get away with a nasty little double. GODSENT are in trouble, but Barton is trying his best to bail them out. Oh, Barton! Don't do that! Drop through the smoke, one tapped out, and K-Serato dead on the rotation.
Oh my goodness, this game is absolute madness. Poor Drop, poor guy, holds the bomb all round. It feels like that's a kill that's going to win it, right? Solo bomb and apps for Taka. The one counterplay is the push and to drop it in no man's land. And then he gets smoke spammed. The second he 180s, just eviscerated. Vinny, all his hard work in B for nothing. And look at this shot for Barton. Nonsensical. GODSENT bringing it home for FURIA, or to FURIA right now. And we haven't really even had to see A takes, right? Not since the pistol. GODSENT are going for it, lining up that util. They've had a lot of B-focused rounds, a lot of mid takes. Now the nades coming in. K-Serato gonna get burnt. Very, very careful. Down to 14. Still another man under, but you could still molly that if you're GODSENT. They're making use of utility and Art.
Okay.
Absolute screamer up into the palace, takes down Phelps.
Taco will spam out a double in the meantime, and they're still in with a chance of doing damage here. K-Serato playing in the site, playing this ninja spot, in for the long haul with the USP. You can't deny that bomb plant. It is still going down. The ball's on Taco to just stick that, and oh, he's in for a third. Taco is locking in this anti-eco damn near single-handedly.
Yeah, you may have Zeused Phelps, but you don't have much else to celebrate in this one for FURIA, and drop dead as well. K-Serato would love, it's a great position that doesn't often get checked, especially with so much attention being drawn by CT players. And K-Serato would love them to swing past him, try and chase jungle, try and plant triple. Instead, they go for that crazy plant. They just back up to ramp. K-Serato's never given a kill on the cross. He has to go hunting for them. This is insane for Art. Jumping Zeus. It's one way to do it. And GODSENT building into this T side fluidly. 7 rounds now. FURIA have a full buy. But again, even with that, they've not had all the trimmings, Harry. They've not had, when you've seen FURIA struggle typically on CT sides, this has been a team that have not been inclined against pulling in the triple AWP and getting weird with it. Definitely been done in the past. Obviously more so when we had Henny in this roster, but even with Junior, probably less viable now, but not even having one. Art's been running Augs most of this game. He's had a couple of chances, but GODSENT, they don't need a sniper. They're just running wild. They're just keeping it loose.
Oh, drop. Oh, I don't love it.
They're going to shoot you through that smoke.
They wanted to molly, and now that the smoke's down, they're like, well, look, we can just wait this out. And I tell you what, if he hangs around, mate, if he hangs around up in the apartments, that's when we get him. Drop in a position where he can get out of danger. The bomb for GODSENT going through lower while the rest of the gang head back through T-spawn. Phelps is all the way in ladder room as well. And oftentimes when you've got this short control, when GODSENT have been able to get here, they go for these almost like Na'Vi-esque mid-to-Bs, right? Where a lot of the attention is on the, it's like the inverse. Like a lot of the attention is over towards short, and then like the apps player tries to come in late. I almost wonder if we're just going to have them poised for that again. The bomb is still down in lower. That's the one part that gets me doubting, but it is easy to, root that out of there and head back into a B play. Oh, one smoke in. Yuri's fighting over the top of it, and it's all getting a little bit weird with the gap. Oh, Yuri, there's a lot of players in con, and Lato is once again the man with the entries. It's a lot of damage done to GODSENT, and with Art waiting patiently, it is just a Brazilian standoff in the window. Art goes through, and Phelps gets the kill. The patience rewards him there. Bomb looking to go down, but they don't own the site yet. And with Taco not able to deal with K-Serato at ramp, this is a rough spot for GODSENT. The plant denied. And Phelps, low on HP, out of position, cannot win this round. So it's FURIA coming in with a 4th to their name and still showing that they've got skin in the game.
Yeah, dude, scary stuff. That smoke spam through con as well. I'm so surprised Phelps is even firing back through it when he's up on catwalk, right? Like, at least the A1S, it's not giving you any idea where you're getting shot from. It's a smoke. Can't really find an angle. Phelps is still shooting back through it. So much damage for Yuri. And even this shot from Phelps onto Art coming through the gap, just the perfect angle for it. Art doesn't even see his opponent before he dies. And again, FURIA, even though they win rounds, it's scrappy buys back in, this time an MP9 for Art, just to get a weapon in control. Dumal's got his ult back as well. Vinny, they're very close on catwalk, and Phelps has not been forgiving with these entries. This round is no exception. Trying to double up. Art does stop him from range with the MP9, but will that stop GODSENT in their tracks? It doesn't look like it. Taco picks Art out of Palace. There's one more man back in the bomb site to find. K-Serato's got cover from Connector, but Taco's got an angle onto him with a wide swing, looking to open up, crack this A bomb site right open. 3-on-2. GODSENT smoke off Yuri, and they can just stick the bomb again.
Yeah, not really much for FURIA to do here. They're grouping up in CT like they want to give this a look in. But, you know, even if you got this opening kill onto Taco, but even then, like, he's backed up and isn't giving you the fight anymore, you're going to be hard-pressed to get on that bomb and actually win the round. And I think that reality is starting to set in now for FURIA with nothing presenting itself. They do just commit to this two-man save back in CT, meaning GODSENT are up onto 8. And, you know, this T-side has been very well put together out of GODSENT so far. It feels like they're abusing the hell out of Drop over towards B in a lot of these rounds, right? Trying to get in his head early on. Now, you know, like, put yourself in Drop's shoes. This has been a really weird game for you. You know, like, you've been getting dealt these B rushes a lot of the time when you're solo anchoring the site. And even if you get one, you've normally gone on to lose the round. Now, in, like, these last couple, you've been left in some undoable A retakes where essentially your round is running from B into CT and then committing to trying to save. It's a nice way to try and wage this mental warfare with FURIA.
Yeah, no, I mean, you mentioned this earlier in the idea that maybe GODSENT are trying to exploit Drop. Maybe they're looking to just take him out of the B side. They know he's the weaker player. They know he's a new guy. He's got a lot to focus on, the pressure and everything. And yeah, we have just seen no respect B rushes out of GODSENT. Not just these like measured cat takes, Na'Vi-esque, but even when like GODSENT have two players deep in apps, sometimes they'll just pop and drop into the bomb site. So Drop is still continuing to play towards the bench. He's got Vinny, capable man, beside him to support. Swapped spots. Vinny typically this van bench player for FURIA. But the role switch does make sense. Double cat push, they might even boost up on the cinder blocks as well. Vinny puts Drop on top, and Drop does get something from it. Phelps found lower mid. So 5-on-4 for FURIA, and they can see, they back out, they give mid away. You've got to be careful because Art can get spammed, and Yuri's still looking like he wants to fight in this connector smoke as it fades. Art does drop the lurk player, and now everyone else is coming up through con. Art doesn't seem aware. Lato came through the smoke. Barton hasn't been seen either, but Yuri just comes in and backstabs as the jungle smoke fades, and now Dumao wondering where his team went. Why they left him. 1v4, no bomb. FURIA looking to start to build into the half. And that might have to be the save.
They're not left with all too many options, was Dumao. You know, away from the rest of the pack, it really hinged on Lato being able to give you some big openers, and with Serato, you know, tucked in at the A-bomb site, ready to trade, it doesn't end well for GODSENT there. And they've won out of the half at a bare minimum, but you know, when you're up against FURIA, I think you're really wanting to squeak as many past the keeper as you can. I like that they throw Drop into the action.
Yeah. Get him.
Right, like we often say, sometimes just getting like the first few kills is a nice way to try and mentally get back into the game. And something I will say as well, like FURIA are a very sound group of guys. You know, it really feels like, you know, the little videos they put up on their Twitter accounts as well show this. It feels like they are trying to get him integrated into the team and feeling like, you know, you're not just this expendable guy from our academy team who we're bringing in. You know, they've been very welcoming of him, so I hope he... You know, it's not like that case of maybe you're afraid to, like, speak up, or if you're struggling over at B, you know, like, I imagine he feels pretty comfortable asking for the help. Right now, all of FURIA having a bit of a mare to open up this one. Luckily enough, Vinny and Serato come through with a killer piece. Now, that bomb is out through a ramp. GODSENT have gone for another one of these non-telegraph, you know, just kind of contact A plays running amok in the site now. That plant, oh, lots of damage.
Nice.
And Yuri will deal the killing blow. Dumao knocked out of the round. So Lato and Taco have got to go huge.
Oh, good spam though. Taco, oh, he's got to flick back. Drop swings in from CT. He knew Serato was already out behind triple, and Lato, while he has slipped the net, he might just be caught in it. They're diffusing, it's not for him. He can't do much about this round, and even as the smoke fades, no kill to be found. Drop closes with a couple, and he seems to be back in. He seems to be waking up now, Harry. Like, no doubt on this guy's individual ability, but, you know, a month into the team, a month into playing top-tier CS, you know, you can say what you want about the NA region, but this is no academy league anymore. These are the big leagues. These are with the big boys. These are with major winners, so... Got to, yeah, you've got to strap your head on. There's a lot to learn. Even when we see extremely talented players join, like, you know, top 30 teams, like teammates always say, like, yeah, this guy's a lot to learn. Like, he may be good, he may be able to hit his shots, he may have great mechanics, but Tier 1 CS is a whole different beast, as Vinny is showing us. Just flashed into middle, taking a couple of kills. It's a loosey-goosey round for GODSENT, and it's not going well for them. Stripped apart one by one, 2 more men left up. Taco late behind the ramp smoke, and not even a gun to his name. He's dropped something for him, but FURIA are ready to hound him down and close the round at half. There it is, Vinny with a banging CT side from the short side, and GODSENT, while it started strong, FURIA are very quickly warming back up.
Hey Future Pros, you know the map, it's Mirage, and we're back with another smoke. This smoke, if thrown correctly, will land in the window on B side. To do this smoke, line up with this curb on the ground. Position your crosshair up where these 2 planks intersect, then jump throw the smoke. Now window will be perfectly smoked off. It's one less angle for your teammates to worry about, and I'm sure they'll be happy about that.
Smoke clears, I'll still be on my feet. Forget all of my fears, cause I know my destiny. I feel a champion waking inside of me.
Well, GODSENT might have been sat on that lead, but they've got to actually do it. They've actually got to get this one over the line. FURIA start to grind their way back in towards the end. We start to get a little bit more out of them. Vinny especially gave us one hell of a show over towards the short side. Started locking it in, started coming into his own. And so now that FURIA have risen to the occasion, it's now flipped back to GODSENT to start to lay down some of that dominance we saw early on.
Yeah, a lot of aggressive, quick B hits for GODSENT. FURIA, they flip the script. They go right into that A site. Double under setup immediately coming in. GODSENT, they've got a lot to do here. Flash is going to be problematic and the smoke's down. Flash buys just enough time to lock Dumao out of the site. Vinny clears the smoke and Drop does as well, finding both anchor players. Oh, this is a done deal. This is a FURIA pistol through and through, as GODSENT already looking to save their little bit of armor. Try and get that cheap helmet in the follow-up. Dumao's here for some frags. He wants to warm in, but Not going to get given the chance. Didn't have to see much AWP v AWP. I don't think Art had a lot of money on the CT side, and Dumao didn't really need to run the AWP, considering the rifles were working pretty damn well for GODSENT. So, interested to see how that changes, as there's going to be no hesitation to pull out a CT AWP on this map.
And I just love Vinny. I really do. Like, it's hard to not like the guy, you know. Like, and that wasn't meant to be a double negative. I just repeated myself. But it's hard to not like the guy. He's such a talent as well. It's so often, if you need someone to come alive and try to rescue a game, you know, I'm either looking at Kesara or I'm looking at Vinny. And you know, you occasionally get some quiet games out of him, but it feels like they're few and far between, man. And it's like he's almost like this underappreciated character within the FURIA lineup.
Yeah, and we only get to talk to a couple of players out of FURIA, right? We only get the
it's
Arts
normally
and the
Art and
so,
Vinny.
You know, and these guys are really great and charismatic at interviews. So that's always nice to get to hear from them. Hopefully, we'll get some more, you know, the GODSENT, and we get to talk to them, or the Destu, some more of the, you know, younger players, more inexperienced guys. Because of course, Taco, you know, he's plenty to talk about. Love to hear about the in-game leading of this team, but you know, let's put some voices to the faces, to the names of these other pieces of GODSENT. Some of the touted talents of this team. Right now, this is not a fun round for Taco. Back at the bench, he's spent a whole career here. Obviously, that position on Mirage is what I mean. And it's not going to get better as the B anchor. FURIA spread out to clean up the kills.
It almost wouldn't surprise me if FURIA tried to set up Drop to do some interviews.
That'd be cool. Yeah, give him a time to shine. Don't know what his English is like, but...
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Whenever we spoke to FURIA Academy, who did we talk to? I think
got a lot
we
of
spoke to ZMB, right? Was normally the guy. That's also something else worth mentioning, right? When you look at the team that Drop came from in FURIA Academy, there were a lot of parallels that could have been drawn between the style that ZMB tried to both play individually and call for the team, as to how Art plays. ZMB being this kind of aggro, cooler IGL and also AWP player, which obviously with Drop being here is the role he is occupying. I think it's kind of interesting that, like, you know, I think out of all the players that I've seen try to replicate Art style, ZMB was someone who seemed very, very dead set on making that, like, his look as well. So, you know, kind of cool for him to come into a team where it all feels somewhat familiar.
Ooh, quick B play, but it's a fake right now. FURIA, they love to do this. Art's run in with all these sight smokes. It's caused so much confusion, so much chaos, and it's drawn a rotate out of A, but Lato immediately doubles back. There's not been enough sold here by Art. As long as he can get some kills eventually on these smoke fades, that could do good work. That could set FURIA up, as GODSENT are doubting this A hold right now, but it's an immediate kill out of Taco. The call is in, it's clear, it's clean. Dumao's going under, and now FURIA basically just have to commit with nothing. Lato's ready, but he can't hit this shot. Phelps has been a beast, and he needs to keep that up, but pushed out of the bomb site, and no kill offered up. It's going to have to be a retake for GODSENT with a flank from Dumao.
Yeah, that bomb isn't even going down yet. They're just sitting in the site like mother hens on an egg. And, well, here come the whatever bird eats the eggs.
Humans.
Dumao looking to shut down and deny that bomb plant. And with Kesarato gone as well, that decision to slow it down comes back to haunt FURIA.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was. I don't know what the call was. You know, maybe not enough cover for CT there, but a lot of smokes down, a lot of options for plants for FURIA in that one. And this is obviously, you know, predicated off the back of Art just immediately dying on B. That's a shame. You know, the fake does draw enough out of B, enough out of A for GODSENT, but you know, if Art's not given kills there, it's very risky to, you know, go running through smokes and hunting. He's just kind of hoping that the fade will favor him, and it doesn't. And so, yeah, at that point, you're just ready for an A play. Instant kill for Lato to kick off this round. Don't go through Art. Yeah, drop the bomb first at least. Oh, what on earth? Art's got a gun. Phelps is right below him though. He's not ready. Oh, no one's looking. Phelps flicks back up to secure that kill. And these rounds are so wacky. They're so weird. Bomb has been taken back by Kesarato, but as said, those guns down on Tetris. Nothing to be grabbed yet. You've got to wait for Vinny. Oh, but he can't stop that CT spawn player peel out. The site is clear. Although FURIA don't know it, they might be able to guess off of that bit of info Vinny's had. And he's got a backstab potential. Barton not considering. Vinny's got a frag. And now FURIA can start to go.
Yeah, Vinny's AK. Trying to make this round a little more interesting with the molly down to attempt to deny a CT peek. You're hoping that bomb can get planted, and it will come through for FURIA. In with a chance now at stealing this round back and immediately throwing us into a bit of a, force by war from the get-go. Phelps creeping in, creeping through, and there he is with the opener. Vinny holding for the cross. Whoa, they do manage to get by, and the spray's a little ugly. Drop with the deagle. Bomb planted for him. Needs one of these to land before he can even begin to think about winning this out. And Dumao hunts him down. Would have left us in a very interesting spot there if FURIA come through with the victory, but instead, they're sent packing out of the sight. Vinny's spray, it needed to find something, and you could see it flustered him when it didn't, right? He gets into this spot where he's like, I'm just committed. I need to get one. Phelps still proven to be instrumental over on this CT side. It was him and really Lato doing a lot of the openers in that T half. Well, once we've got him onto the CT side, mate, he's been here for a lot of these closes, a lot of these high impact moments. Fast connector rush out of FURIA. Phelps, are you ready for this? Oh, he's going to try and hold on, but it's only one. It's the Orpa Dumao stealing the glory. The USP is out, and finally Yuri runs him down. Serato with one out through Palace as well, and we're back into a 2-on-2. It's another one of these even odd bouts.
This is not a round FURIA should be winning, right? Just a fast comp play that drew GODSENT completely out of position, caught them by surprise. Now the retake's immediately on. Taco moving up on the bench, trying to take an off angle elevation to find Serato, who's crouched, and luckily so. If he stands, he's dead. Taco must know about it. The nade is all right, but it won't do much. Time is ticking and not in your favor. Taco's got to move in for some kills. Scared of spawn as well. This one's getting weird. It's getting wild, and you're running out of time. Utility in all the wrong places. Serato shows his face, and Yuri gets a kill. And now with the bomb open, he can just hang on. Taco's not on it yet. Time is ticking. I don't know if he can even get this one off. Yuri's got a swing, and he's got a spam. He's got him off the bomb. And FURIA win the eco round. No reason to win that one. They had barely anything to work with. And look what they've done to the GODSENT economy. That con rush, the last thing that GODSENT expected. We have fast rounds from them on the T side, but that is just so disrespect for FURIA. Through the smoke, pistols with nothing to lose, but everything to gain.
Yeah, and that is where FURIA can look their most dangerous, right? They're often very, very good at getting these kind of, low economy rounds past their opponent. As you say, the idea of not much to lose, but a hell of a lot to gain, that goes a long way when you're already known as this hyper-aggressive team.
Stressful, right? We can see it on Taco's face as well. Losing a round like that, you just got yourself in control of this game, of the money, of the scoreline, and then you just get full eco'd like that. It's going to send you on a bit of a loop. FURIA, they've been given an opportunity. Let's see if they grab it with both hands. I imagine Tac Pause is coming out right now. So that's a bit of a blinder of a round to lose. Not much to play with though. Single flash just going to be looking to fight mid perhaps here if you're GODSENT. Lato playing it back in CT. Taco trying to get that mid info, but you're going to be hard pressed to win this round or even make a dent.
Oh. Even the molly to go in and force Phelps out of position. Once you hear that tag, you know someone was up there trying to play close, and you were right in that assumption. Slow round out of FURIA, not wanting to let it fall apart versus the pistols. We mentioned Pain Gaming as another team earlier on to keep an eye on. Well, they actually took an L in their opening series versus Extra Salt, but taking them the distance, 19-17, an overtime loss.
Respectable.
And I do think they've got a lot more to show.
Yeah, we have high hopes for Extra Salt here as well in this this RMR, I would say. Not exactly sitting top of the board with points, coming in at 6th in the region. And, needs to be in that top 5 to gain any more here at this event. So would love to get out of the group, but yeah, this team's had high highs, but also been on a bit of a downturn as of late. More of that later. Right now, it's just pistols getting cream crackered and crunched on this A site. Phelps gets jumped on by Drop, and it's nice and easy for FURIA. No casualties, all the cover in the world to take back the lead. 11-10. Look at the train just being run all over GODSENT right now. They need a response and they need a round.
Yeah, you really need it to come in quick as well. Like, FURIA have kind of got you right where they want you. It's why we saw them being so cocky with like those early game forces where like they just kept bringing something to the table, and then that one little, you know, pistol round victory has really flipped the script, right? And it's left GODSENT always just a round away from having their money broken. You know, that means that this game can very quickly spiral out of control. And while it might feel neck and neck right now, you know, all it takes is one rifle round to go against you, and suddenly FURIA is sprinting towards the finish line. They're going to try a bit of a B pop. GODSENT needs to hold on. They're blindsided by the short play, but Barton's Famous will step up with a double. Vinny's dealing with players in the site and even follows up onto Barton. It's a 2-on-2. Once again, FURIA digging themselves out of this hole have made this round interesting.
Someone needs to prioritize bomb. Art's getting in util, he'll grab it quick, and now Vinny can cover on this short side. You've got to pick a side to fight. Vinny boosted up, he jumps on Art's head on the plant, and it's a perfect position to catch Doom out coming out market. Lato catches Art by surprise, but Vinny closes with 4 and gets the AWP as well, right at the bitter end, and it's bitter for GODSENT. That's a beautiful round out of Vinny. A 2-on-4 back for FURIA. He was stuck up in the apartments, he still finds an angle to Barton, who, you know, felt like he did enough here just to stop the first couple of men in. And Vinny, smooth moves. Even that jump up as well.
Yeah.
Heads up play, because otherwise, you know, you're going to get focused on that short player, and Dumal's going to be out, and you won't even know about it.
That's 4 from him. 4 from Vinny. Like, having an incredible game right now.
He was good first half, but now he's just really stepping it up.
Yeah, you know, and that's kind of like a bit of the freedom of this T side, right? If someone is having a great game, like all the fights are on Vinny's terms right now. He's not having to wait hoping that they come to him like he was on short. They trade this kill that Taco was able to get early. And FURIA pump the brakes once again. Vinny even throwing guns out of the map. He does more than just frag. He also tries to keep his opponents on the back foot however he can.
Calculator out. James the accountant is impressed. Resetting for the A site. Yuri's still holding on ramp, but Dumal has taken Palace. With Vinny coming in from B apps, he looks like he wants to sell a B play first, or at worst, walk through and clean out the bomb site. At that point, you can tell your team to rotate round, but he might not be able to tell his team that. And even if it does, it might be misinformation. Barton's smoked. He's just sat in it right now. Vinny can't get found out. He will likely drop out window or double back. There's no way he's walking the smoke. And Barton can't afford to move at this point. You're still walking into the stack of your FURIA. Dumal's seen it. That's the bomb spotted coming out A. Vinny goes back. Dumal forced to swing from the Molotov. And Phelps is trying to bait in for Lato at the back of the site. It's not one where you have any expectation of GODSENT in this. And it's not going to get any better. 2 kills, lots of damage, but no converts. Barton going to get eventually found out by Vinny in middle. Maybe it's the other way around. Rifle supremacy, Vinny supremacy, and 13-10. FURIA stepping up when it matters most.
Yeah, and this is what we talked about. You know, when it was 11-10, it's like, yeah, it might feel like it's neck and neck. It might feel like this game is very, very close. But the grim reality of the way that this money is taken shape is that FURIA are right where they want to be. Like, being real, if they win this next round, they should be on their way to just closing out the game, and there's really not a lot that GODSENT are going to be able to do to stop that. Looking like they want to go back to another one of these B plays. Lots of utility going over into A, and Art trying to sell this fake. He has drawn a 3rd man around to the A bomb site. It's just how many kills can Art get away with? They've got him trapped, and Dumal deals with him now into B. Drop, first man in, but it's Yuri to get the kill. Taco dancing around back of the site. They line up for him, and Taco's not ready to let B slip on by just yet. Big Vinny out with the AK and dead to the AWP of Dumal. It is just Queserato getting whittled down, spammed out, and everyone for GODSENT holding down that B site. The ruse doesn't work. Taco has the reads, and then he gets the double. And at that point, GODSENT were destined to find themselves in 11th. I think that's pretty big as well. We've often seen those like 2-on-4s still get out of hand and still end up in the air, but not this round. Not when it really starts to matter, Hugo.
Not at all, and we needed a big B anchor round as well. Taco, right, like we obviously saw the dangers in the first half of the B bomb site. Finally, things coming alive. Finally, shutting down Vinny in one of these 2-on-4s. Oh, a must-win gun round for GODSENT. And the game goes on. The game keeps burning into the midnight oil, Harry. Keeping it hot. 13-11, and Dumal's AWP still yet to be met with much resistance from Art. He's just been rifling all damn day. First half more against his will. This half, you know, just T-side lucidity. Dumal makes that jump, lovely move. Gonna get into ladder quickly, but it's not like FURIA are there to meet him in middle. It's just some util thrown by Art before he backs out, and the contact play for Yuri catches Lato by surprise. Phelps, he's not gonna get mollied here. Surely not. The molly's going deeper, in fact, and Phelps has yet to be found. They're gonna check him, and that swing, even if K-Serata doesn't get that kill, the default player would have, and the default player is coming alive. Yuri locks out GODSENT and forces the save within seconds.
Yeah, and you still get those little, you know, there's little shining moments through where you get reminded why FURIA were dominating NA for so long back in 2020. Like, even how they deal with Phelps there, they use that Molotov elsewhere, right? They decide, well, actually, you know, maybe it's more important to put a stop to someone swinging us at bench and coming to help him out. And then they fake the swing from default, right? So while Phelps is so busy, like he hears the footsteps, it sounds like someone's about to peek you from up close. That's when K-Serata from up top of Tetris swings out silent. And it's just this great showing, like misdirecting your opponent. If you take these guns out of the round, that is huge. And FURIA are coming on the hunt. They're looking to remove the AWP, and Art will take out both guns, putting FURIA up to 14 and leaving GODSENT with the scraps.
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that accentuate why Art doesn't save that AWP that's in front of his feet there, right? Just a full triple chase through apartment to hunt down those surviving guns. GODSENT get out with nothing. And those are the worst kind of rounds as well on the CT side, where you go for the immediate save and then you lose everything. You just wonder, like, man, I guess we could have, like, you know, you can't sit on coulda, shoulda, woulda, but we could have gone for it and we could have won it and we could have done more damage, but instead we get all the downsides of saving with none of the benefits. It's a lose-lose for GODSENT. And FURIA, they've made this force happen. You don't really have a choice if you're GODSENT. You could have, of course, opted to play for OT with a bit of a, you know, comeback here. 4 rounds is not, you know, impossible by any means, but GODSENT have had trouble stringing rounds on the CT side. They're going to throw in an AWP, an AUG, and a little bit of this and that into this CT buy. 4-man stacked up on A, giving away middle, and finally FURIA looking like they're going for one of these quicker mid to Bs.
Yeah, and this is where, like, the least armed player is. It's a very heavy stack towards this A bomb site for GODSENT. So Taco, essentially, what's being poised to him here is like, look, if they come B, mate, we need you to at least get a 1-for-1. That is the only way that we're kind of in a position to retake this. And that's a pretty big ask when you're only armed with this 5-7. Looking like he might actually concede a lot of this site control as well. That's a nice info flash out of Taco, right? There's a lot of ways you can use flashbangs. Everyone's familiar with using them on a peak or blinding your teammates or whatever it is that you do. But Taco there uses that little $200 investment to get the info that, yeah, they are deep in the apartments. And so now he can call for this preemptive rotation out of Phelps' AWP. It's already here, but it's missed the opening shot. And with Taco dead, Phelps followed up onto, you've lost your big ticket item. You're left 3 on 5. You just want to get that AWP out of there.
Good luck.
And it's kind of heartbreaking for Dumal because he's getting chased down. Yuri's dead. Dumal's holding on. Don't get ahead of yourselves, FURIA. Don't give them a reason to recommit to the retake. I was going to say it's unfortunate that Dumao was the close player who could have saved that AWP because he had the AUG. He had like the second most expensive investment in that round, and the AUG is just lost in the market. So you're getting out of this with the AWP, the FAMAS, the MP9, and while you can drop guns into play and like have a fall by here up against 15, it's still going to come with its fair share of limitations. It's starting to feel like GODSENT have kind of missed the boat on this one, and that FURIA are now running away with this game.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, the exits are nice for Dumao, but it's nice to see FURIA looking measured there. Like after they throw 2 guys into CT, and just after the bombs go down, you don't know if GODSENT have kits. FURIA very quick to realize, all right, not worth it. Let him have the AWP. You know, we're winning all the gun rounds. We're winning against the AWP. Not a worry. Let's just not, you know, blow this lead and blow this opportunity. We've got 15 now. We're sitting on a comfy nest of overtime at a worst case, and there's no way FURIA are thinking about that. They're ready to close here and now. GODSENT may have won the BO3 yesterday. Right now, it's all coming up FURIA. Mirage is their beating ground, and beat down they shall. Art's even got an AWP. He's inclined against it in many of these gun rounds, but now knowing that Dumao's definitely kept his, there is more reason for Art. And you can run a slower round as a result, right? Let this AWP work. Mid-smoke, although this has not been a position that GODSENT have been bothered with much CT side. FURIA did a lot of mid-takes on CT, right? Like Vinny pushing up on Cat, Art fighting Con, and the likes. He's even cycling guns, man. You're not that rich, but money won't matter if you close it here and now. Into the stack go FURIA.
Yeah, for GODSENT, like if you can't hold this when they do come into the stack and you know, they do kind of play right into your hands, then maybe this was never yours for the taking. It's a very, very standard little A take here out of FURIA, right? Just the stairs smoke, the jungle smoke, and CT as well. This is something you would literally see in matchmaking. So GODSENT, you know, they should know the hand they're getting dealt here. This double underhold is pretty interesting. Will they be ready for the second man? They don't look like it. Barton has got to capitalize, but he gets run down from just too many different positions. The AWP Dumao trying to exploit the gap in CT is blinded off the angle. Taco coming in up the short side. A little far removed from this round, so Dumao's really feeling the pressure. They do need to get that bomb down, and with Taco over at short, time is a bit of a problem. He can't deny it with this.